let's get into UFC 276. I don't put too much into that. You know, I clearly, you know, Alex Pereira is getting this shot against Sean Strickland. Has he earned it? No, God, no. But there's a reason why they're doing it, because they need fresh meat for Izzy. Because after Jared Cannonier, there's not a lot for him. He's kind of cleaned out the division. So this Alex Pereira, like I told you, has beat Izzy twice in kickboxing only. I do not think he beats Izzy in MMA. But again, as I told you guys early on in this episode, is this UFC 276 is it's not mismatches. I wouldn't describe it as mismatches. I would describe it as perfect fights for the favorites. Because with Izzy, Jared Cannonier, now can Cannonier beat most of the division? Yeah. Yep. Matches up awful against Izzy. Awful matchup for him. He's slow. It's such a very, very tough matchup for Jared Cannonier. Very tough matchup for him. It's a perfect fight for Izzy to get a finish and just to build his star power for the UFC. He can light Jared up like a Christmas tree. I do think people are going to be surprised how tough fucking Jared Cannonier is. I think it's going to be a tougher fight than you think. Izzy mentioned that this is going to be his Spider versus Forrest Griffin fight. If you remember that fight, where he's kind of, outclassed, some more athletic, pulled the Matrix moves off. This is a matchup where Izzy could probably get that done. The knock on Izzy, and it's not coming from me. The knock on Izzy is, he can kind of play it safe and doesn't get finishes in title fights. But listen, you're fighting the best of the best, man. There's no knock on you. You do what you got to do, So I'm not part of that chatter when it comes to Izzy. Again, I think he's the best we have to offer. And when you talk about Alex Pereira, and that's the whole narrative here, and Izzy's always referring to him. The only fight on this main card that isn't perfect for the champ as far as style wise is Alexander Volkanovski and Max Holloway. Phenomenal fucking fight. Yeah. Phenomenal fight. When you look at Pedro Munoz, Sean O'Malley, again, it's a big step up in competition for Sean O'Malley, who I do think it's time. I love what they've done with him and slowed play it and let him get experience and come off the Dana White Contender Series, and he's building his name outside the octagon, and he's one of the biggest stars. He has a new contract. I know he's getting paid. Also, our boy Patty just signed a new contract. He's also getting paid. So UFC is starting to pay these big names, because the issue they're having now is guys like Sean O'Malley and Patty Pimblett, they don't have to fight. They're making so much goddamn money outside the octagon. The UFC doesn't have a lot of power over them anymore. It's fantastic. You got to be an outlier. You got to be a unicorn like Sean O'Malley or Patty Pimblett in order to make this type of money. But God bless them, they have this option where they don't. When the UFC goes jump, they go, "Nah, I'm not jumping August 7th. Nah, I'm good, man. I make too much money doing other things." And they go, "Okay, well, jump October 5th." I went, "Let me check my schedule."